Hello guys, I'm Josh and welcome to our new Pixel Vision. I'll be going through a little bit of audio commentary for you guys just so you can see what's going on in my head while I'm painting. In this episode of Pixel Vision, we were contacted by a guy called McGroove, who, if you don't know, is an awesome a cappella singer. He does loads of retro game music, but he creates it all with his mouth and layers it over and makes some big pie of awesomeness for your ears. In this image, McGroove wanted himself and his cat, and he actually pulled me up on my last Mario piece that I did because he wanted that as the inspiration. And I did a few Sonic sketches as well, I did a couple of Mario ones, and this was basically the composition that felt right, and this is what we decided to go with. So, in case anyone's wondering, the reason why I started with the pipe was because I was just familiar with it. I've done a few stages before, and I just like to do little sections bit by bit, and then I'll move on and then make them all look good together. So that's what I do. So for the soil, I'm not a master of terrain and landscapes and stuff, but just because purely basing it on the original Mario image and the fact that it's soil, I just basically got a load of custom brushes and just made it look as messy as I could. I didn't want anything to look uniform, otherwise then it just wouldn't look real because nothing in nature is uniform. Unless you build it that way. Silly. So in this one, I wanted the cubes to look a bit beefy. I wanted them to look a bit free delicious, and I just wanted them to look, you know, a little nice. I changed the question marks on this one compared to the other one because it just looks a bit more futuristic, and like I said, I like that beef. Here I just wanted to block in the sky a little bit. I did it a bit early on, but I needed to see if the colours worked okay. And obviously it being Mario, everything's pretty much nice and pretty in Mario, even though he's smashing up turtles and giving them brain damage. But yeah, it's always nice if you give them brain damage when it's sunny. This time around I wanted to give the plant a little bit of a sickening edge. I really had fun experimenting with all the little gooey bits and all the highlights and the textures on him. Last time around I was like a little bit of a noob when it came to that stuff and just overlaid textures without really thinking about it, but this time I like the focus it draws to it without it being too demanding in the picture. I really liked it. The leaves really annoyed me on this. I'm used to doing like thicker objects. I don't know, that sounds weird, but when it came to doing the leaves, obviously because they're really thin, getting like a 3D look and making them have proper form, I don't know, it's quite hard for me. I'm not used to it. So when it came to doing the second leaf on the left, I duplicated the first one and trimmed it down. So it's a bit of a cheat, like it's a shortcut. So basically after I duplicated it and distorted it a bit, I started changing the lighting on it and changing the actual like focus on it a bit, just so like it fitted in and didn't look like a copy paste, which it is. But obviously when it's done, it doesn't look like that at all. The turtles in the image, well the shells anyway, are actually the easiest thing apart from the triangular hills in the middle. I got some reference up and started to Google real life turtles alongside the actual Mario turtles, so I could see like which parts I could keep and which parts I could lose from both, and basically just started rendering from there. I tried to go realistic, but also tried to keep like a light-hearted kind of cartoony feel with it. Obviously I didn't want it to go too serious, so I had to keep it all together, if you know what I mean. I started getting reference up for the turtle head as well, looking at different turtles, and in the original SNES version the head of the turtle is ridiculously long, like how I've sketched it. Like that's what I used. I think I used the Super Mario World turtles. But then the more I started to render it, it started just to look like an old man's penis with a beak on it. So I decided to stop it, because the more I rendered it, it just kept looking more and more like a big penis in my face coming out of a shell. So as you'll see, it will transition where I've trimmed it down and it looks a bit more like a turtle. In fact, it looks more like a pigeon in a turtle's shell, but you won't notice it now. But you will notice it now because I've said it, but before you wouldn't have noticed it, but now you do obviously, so yeah. I originally started off with this turtle here. In the final image it's actually gone. I keep the one on the left side, which you'll see later on, but I needed to have another color. I was going to keep them all green just because like whenever I look at Mario, like Super Mario World, I always see like green as the original color of them. But obviously I wanted them to be really cute and stuff, because obviously it's quite funny that Smooth McGroove's just gonna be smashing the shit out of little turtles that are really cute. So I had to change them up a little bit, and as you can see here, I changed the angle of the head so it's like a bit different from the other one, as well as changing its facial expression. I wanted it to look like just really like zoned out, like it didn't care it was about to die. I was going for the cute expression more than anything, and I think I got it. I think they're lovely little turtles. with the cat, I had to figure out a way how to not only put him in the cloud, but also make him seem like he's a part of the Mario world. I didn't know how to do this at first, and then I remembered the little baddies who throw shit at you while you're trying to run along, and I thought that might be quite cool because obviously you can hijack the clouds in the Mario game. So I thought it'd be cool if maybe Smooth McGroove's cat was helping him as he's going through the level or something along those lines. For Smooth McGroove's cat, whose name is Charles, I looked up a lot of references on the actual Smooth McGroove videos, and I also looked up a lot on Google Images. I googled like black cats and cute cats. I wanted the cat to be really cute, basically, just to contrast Smooth McGroove, who looks really angry, and that's what I did for him. This part was definitely the most challenging for me. I'm not really used to merging like different genres together and getting Smooth McGroove, who is obviously a real person, into a Mario universe and fit seamlessly. That was quite a struggle for me, but I think I got there in the end. I've always had a funny thing about Mario and how kids see it as just jumping on turtles and having fun, but like I said before, he's actually properly destroying the shit out of little creatures in the world, and I don't know, I decided to try and portray that as like Smooth McGroove. That's why I gave him the super angry expression. I found it hard getting references for him. All his videos are head on, but I found a few that are like kind of semi-side on and decided to keep Mario's massive nose. Obviously Smooth's isn't like this, and if you see this, Smooth, don't worry, you have a beautiful face and I love you. But yeah, I really tried to keep your cartoony features in here. I obviously kept the epic beard and the straight hair, but most of all I was excited about just trying to get your angry expression across, because obviously that turtle in front of you is shit scared. After toying around with Smooth McGroove and different clothing options, it made a lot more sense to keep him in the Super Mario costume. I was going to have him with his like the backwards baseball cap he usually wears and things like that, but it was decided that we would just keep him in the Mario costume. I decided to repaint the whole of Charles the cat. His arms look really unnatural, the way they were folded. I'm not sure if you saw it in the snippets before, but I'd rather have him looking really cute and cartoony rather than looking just wrong, if that makes sense. So yeah, I basically added up the cute factor and put him back in the cloud. And this is me just here painting over his face so you can see what I'm doing exactly. So yeah guys, that's it. That's the finished Smooth McGroove image. Like I said, he's an awesome artist, and if you want to check out his stuff, please click his video and subscribe. He's awesome. Like, if you played games in the past and want to see awesome stuff to do with games in the past, go see him now. We'll be bringing you a brand new Pixel Vision every Friday, and after each episode, finally you can actually get one yourself now. The prints will be available in our store, which you can check out in the link below in the description. And like usual, share, subscribe, do whatever you can to support us because we love you so dearly. And we will be taking requests, by the way, so if you want to leave your comments in the description of what you want to see, we'll try and do them all because we love you so much.